Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Prudence and I will be your moderator for this session. For these sessions. For those who already know, yes, we are back again with the Survival is Profit series 2021. Our last year workshop received very positive feedback from our guests and audience, and we want to continue doing what we do best. Today is our first workshop in 2021. It is very good to see all of you here. For those who don't know about Survival is Profit series, let me share on the purpose why we're having this workshop. Survival is Profit series is specially created during this challenging time for us to be able to help SME businesses by sharing what we know as industry expert, answering the question or concern you have about your business, and most importantly, our objective is to give you values and tools to survive in this new climax. We will conduct this workshop regularly with different topic coverage and different speaker and panel each time. Do look forward to more session of Survival is Profit. Also for today, please stay with us until the end as we have amazing and free SME pack for you. For today's topic, we all know that 2020 has been tough. And this year, as we continue to struggle through the second MCO, how can businesses cope? Our today's speakers are here to show you the way to survive and thrive in 2021. All right, let me introduce to you our two speakers of the day and a little bit of their background. Our first speaker is the founder and CEO of PenPage's Trinity Group, Mr. Christopher Ng. He transformed the traditional directory business to all-rounded digital marketing solutions and focused his service to the SMEs. He has been keeping up with the evolution of digital marketing technology for the past 2 decades and has worked with various industries over the years. Let's welcome Mr. Christopher Ng. Hi, Mr. Christopher.
Hi, Prudence. Hi, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. Welcome back to our Survival is Profit series 2021.
Thank you for being here. And our second speaker of today is the Group Chief Business Development Officer of Alliance Bank Malaysia Berhad, Puan Fauzia. Her roles involve the development of a transformational strategies for the bank from a strategic partnership viewpoint enabled by digital technologies. She has over 24 years of experience in the banking industries, covering corporate and investment banking, commercial, and Islamic banking. Let's welcome Puan Fauzia.
Thanks, Prudence. Hi, Christopher. Nice to see you again.
Hi, Puan Fauzia. Good to see you again.
Hi, Puan Fauzia. Thank you, our speakers, for being here. Looking forward to the knowledge and insights our speakers are going to share with us today. For our audience benefit, let me briefly intro our agenda today. We have 3 parts to today's sessions. First, we will have our first speakers, Mr. Christopher, to share on the topic, Overview of 2020, the year of accelerated digital transformation. And next, we will have Puan Fauzia to talk about business survival and growth in 2021. At the end of today, we will be having a Q&A session. So our audience, any concern you have, you may submit in the comment sections and we will get our speakers to answer as many as we can later. Now that everyone is clear and we shall start our sharing sessions, Mr. Christopher, over to you.
Thanks, Prudence. So good to be back again. Due to popular demand, we have been hosting this Survival is Profit series for the SME. Mainly, it started off for our close clients, exclusively for our clients in Malaysia, in Thailand, in Vietnam, and in Cambodia. And we have, after that, extended this further to our close networks and by invitation only. So it's good that we have been doing this. So I think this is like the 10th or 12th session already, and we have gotten a lot of good feedbacks and also a lot of encouragement for us to continue this journey of our mission to able to support the SME market in whatever resources that we have. So today I'm going to enlighten you all about the whole 2020, like what was it like? And to do that, I would want to share a little bit on the entire review of the 2020. So in Malaysia, as we know, 900,000 SMEs in Malaysia. Majority, you can see the highest percentage there are services. We have manufacturing, construction, agriculture, and mining, right? Those are the percentage. And the behavior has changed and it has reshaped the consumer's decision in terms of their buying journey. Because of the MCO and because of the COVID pandemic, there are a few things that we realized, and we've been collecting all this data, and we realized that how consumers get their information has changed, where consumers purchase also has changed, what consumers purchase also has changed, and how consumers experience their decision-making, their decisions also has changed. So if you look at this as a whole, the new normal has definitely reshaped the entire journey for a consumer. And Malaysians have made buying decisions differently as well. We see a rise in terms of people searching online, like using search engines and all, to buy and to research their products. And you can see a high number of them as well visited the online retail stores on the web. And 88% of them use a shopping app to purchase things. And many of them as well purchase a product online. And the peculiar thing is this: one of the biggest age category are the Generation X. So people who are 40 plus and above to about 50, right? 50 plus, those are the people who are actually going into all these new methods, right? And they are used to be, let's say example, they were not confident on their going to online to buy things, but now they are forced to, and they have been using shopping ads, they have been purchasing products online, grocery shopping, right? And ordering food online. So this has also made and reshaped how consumers buy things. And of course, the few of these interesting stats that we're going to share with you. Internet users aged like 16 to 64, averagely daily time spent is 9 hours 17 minutes. So it's huge. It's a huge amount of time that we spend online. And this has been proven that it has definitely shown that many people are actually online all the time, okay? And one of the greatest contribution to this time spent are social networks, right? Like Facebook, Instagram, you name it, right? And search engines as well. So you can see as well a rise in terms of people searching for products and consumer review. So there's a lot of comments, a lot of reviews are given now, a lot of shares and all. So there's a lot of interaction amongst the consumers. And brand websites, we also see a rise in terms of new websites going out and also people visiting these websites. And this has also created this phenomenon whereby there's so much noise, okay, online. There's so much of this, what we call information fatigue, right? And consumers are now being more impatient and they just want things fast because there's so much information everywhere. So back then, before the pandemic, longer decision-making time was a fact, right? So there's like there's few for these steps. They discover their products online or offline, then they research, then after that they establish the interest on the products or the service, and then they continue to research and read their reviews, and only then they make the purchase. It could be offline or online. Then now, because of this overwhelming information that is poured to them, it's very much different already. It's much shorter journey, a much faster pace in terms of that. We see content marketing all over the place. Everybody is pouring in content. We see a lot of ads being targeted by sponsored articles, ads, influencer marketing. Everybody is coming out to be an influencer, and online live streams, and also, and there's so many channels out there and so much information. But then the steps are shorter already. Once you establish the interest, okay, next you make a purchase already, and it's more people are going online purchase, right? So that shortens the entire journey as well. And these are the trends that before COVID, before the pandemic, it was not there, or it's there but in the lower volume. And now, after the COVID, the new norm, we see these are the trends that continue to stay and will stay later as well. So we talk about these four sections: digital adoption, mobility, buying habits, and health. So one of it, you can see that digital adoption wise, there's a lot of digital content. People are now going into digital content. They are putting out a lot of content out there, a lot of brands, a lot of companies, right? A lot of individuals as well. And online education, because schools are not open, and because of the social distancing and all, so online education has sprung up as well. Remote working, definitely, right? And video conferencing. Now everybody is like Zooming, everybody is Google Hangouting, or Microsoft Teams, right? So there's a lot of all these people are working from home, or alternatively working wherever they are, right? And digital entertainment as well. You see the rise of people adopting into the new like Netflix or YouTube, right? And surprisingly, in Malaysia now, YouTube becomes like the #1 channel especially for the Gen X, right? Many of them are consuming content on YouTube. Those of them who didn't have time last time now spend some time going onto YouTube. And once you start, it's like auto feeding into there, going deeper and deeper on all this content. And mobility as well, right? People remote work, virtual meetings has increased, and many people are starting to use and will continue to use the delivery apps as well. Buying habits now, people are adopting into cashless society. People rather don't want to touch the cash, and use let's say scans and payment gateways and all. Online purchasing also has a rise, and value-based purchasing. So because of all this noise and information fatigue, right? So there's a lot of brands who are now very good at return policy or refund policies, or even promotions, and also a lot of this value-based purchasing is like a mandatory. No longer is like you stand out on your competition if you do that. Everybody already expect to have that, right? Consumers are a little bit spoiled in terms of that. And of course, health, right? Increased hygiene and healthy eating. There's also one which is increased in terms of home exercise. So a lot of people are doing like Zumba online, a lot of all these Tabata, right? Doing yoga at home, or even cycling. So there's a lot of people who have changed towards this kind of trend. And knowing and understanding these trends are important. Why? Then you know what to expect moving forward if you're operating your business. And Malaysia SMEs are also aware now. 90% of them are aware of the importance of digital solutions. So last year, right? We see a rise of inquiries for our business. Pan Trinity has been trying to evangelize or trying to help SMEs to go online, right? To go digital by creating websites or just being present online. And we have started this journey for decades, for the last whole decade. We've been doing like a digital SME day with the government bodies like Martrade, NDEC, SME Corp. We also been working with larger technology platforms like Google, Alibaba. Back then was My Taxi, and now it's like Grab. So Lazadas and all, to be able to explain and to encourage the SMEs to go into online. That was like 2012, 2013, 2014. And last year, we see a rise in terms of these inquiries that people are coming to ask us, hey, last time a few years ago, we attended your events, and we were putting it at the back burner, and now we are ready. So people are, in a way, forced to go into digital, and many of the SMEs as well, they notice and they're starting to pivot and transform their digital journey. 54% of them has already embarked into this digital journey, some in different levels, some in a smaller scale, some in a very large scale, some they entirely transform their businesses to digital. But there's still a number of businesses who are not digitized yet. The advantage of digital is when businesses embrace these digital solutions, we see that they have greater resilience against the pandemic or the lockdown or all these issues. Why? Because they improve efficiency. They get to streamline the operations and automate all these manual processes that can reduce dramatically their costs, and of course also productivity. So employees adapted to working remotely, and they leverage on like tools online. There's many free tools out there that they leverage on, like CRMs or cloud computing or cloud storage and all. So and we find that somehow or other, by working from home, the productivity rate also went up, because the less time commuting to the office, less time mingling with people, and you're just doing work, right? So we can see those people who has embraced digital solutions, they find this productivity rate up as well. And of course, customers. So customers' journeys also have shifted, because the needs and the wants and where they are now are also different already. They are more digital. They're also more impatient, right? So they are also more demanding now. So but the good part is, if you have the good digital presence, then you get to continuously engage with your existing customers at least, right? If not your prospects. And agility. So data, we can use a lot of like insights and data, like been collecting like who are your target audience, what works, which clients are giving you more engaged to you, which clients are not, right? And which are the prospect, which kind of category, where they are geographically, what the demographics, and also you get to understand more and more of your market. And it helps many businesses have faster decisions when they want to implement changes, right? And it helps a lot when top management wants to make any calls, right? And one of a case study that we want to share today is one of our clients, Antharas. So they are a property developer, a boutique property developer. It's the first time they are building a condominium, right? And greatly affected, okay? And let me dive a little bit deep down, because the previous Survivor is Profit series brought them up as well, Antharas. But there was a lot of requests to ask us to go deeper and to explain how they actually pivoted and how they actually find that kind of success. So they were doing a lot of live stream events and run a lot of social media campaigns. For property developer, how do you sell a property right online? So let me dive deeper, right? So the lead generation strategy before the pandemic was we help them use content marketing, social media, Facebook ads, right? And of course, to push, drive those people or drive those leads towards the project sites, okay, to their website. And then, of course, encourage them to come to the sales gallery where they close their deal. So it's a very standard funnel, right? And what happened during the pandemic? They couldn't operate, right? So even if you run those leads and all, there's so many like MCO 1, MCO, RMCO, then MCO 2.0, then sales galleries are closed. Of course, it affects the sales. Then what we did was, together with us, they were very quick in terms of reacting to the situation. So they went into the trend, which is virtual workshops, way earlier, right? It was, I think, April last year, they already started all this. So they were sharing insights, they were talking about the real estate outlook, looking at the data, looking at the analysis, and diving deeper in terms of even helping people to be able to work from home, or suggest to them how they can renovate their own, adjust their furnitures around in terms of their home office and all, to have a better livelihood and all. So many of this kind of content, and they also invested and also went into influencer marketing and tapping into new markets, video marketing, and virtual tour and appointment, virtual, right? Because of the lockdown. And what was the result? Before the pandemic, you can see it was a bit lower, the awareness. Then after that, when they do all this transformation, public start to see and start to know that brand and start to search about them. And that was the whole period of transforming and adapting, right? And the good thing is, by August, you can see the search results and the search volume has increased dramatically, and it continues to go on until today. Long story short is, they have almost 1,000 leads during that time, during the MCO 1 and CMCO. And many of it was converted because they also daringly do a lot of value-based selling, value-based. So taking deposits and all, right? A lot of warranties and guarantees, right? So that helped a lot, right? So that was just one of the case studies. I know you guys have been requesting a lot of more and more of these case studies. Do let us know, continue to let us know in the comment section if you want to know more, what type of verticals and what type of category that you want to know more about it. Because we have, quite a number of clients that are very willing to share. And thank you so much to Joe Antharas, Dr. Suchin, and Kenneth and the team. So let me go into the business insight now, right? So around the world, right, you can see the entire last year, it was a life-changing phenomenon, right? So population, almost 8 billion, your unique mobile phone users, 5 billion, internet users has gone up to 4.6 billion, and active social media users. People are tuning in on a daily basis, spending a lot of hours, right, in interacting and engaging in these social media channels. And in Malaysia itself, you see also the population about 32 million. Internet users has increased to 27 million, and active social media users also increased to 7.7%, right, to 28 million. So one of the trend now, okay, the very very hot topic is about Clubhouse, right? So it's like a audio-based social app, okay? If you're on Clubhouse, do follow us, Trinity42 Digital. Look us up. We'll be starting our rooms and all to share insights and to support the SMEs continuously there. Let me go into this, share with you all a bit about this Clubhouse Frenzy. So it is very popular now, especially in Malaysia. A lot of big names, celebrities and big names are using this kind of this app. But currently it's only for the iOS, which is Apple. They have 8.1 million downloads very fast, and by December itself, by January, it's already 1 billion valuation, and it's the ranks of Uber and Airbnb, right? The goal was to create a social experience, right? And you don't have to show your face. There's no texting, there's no PM, there's no messaging. It's only just voice and talking. So brands are jumping into this Clubhouse trend, right? You can see many of them are making valuable connections with their audience. I see Hot FM, they're going into that, talking about the throwback exam kita dulu, right? Or Astro Gempa also, they're also talking about SPM because it's a trend now. So targeting the demographics, the younger demographics in Malaysia. And we also see there are also companies and brands that are also generating interest and leads by hosting like Q&A, trying to support the market. We see also like property guys, right? The property developers or agents and all are jumping into this bandwagon. They are trying to talk about property talk. They talk about supporting all about Malaysian property. So they're sharing insights and information. And networking opportunities as well. So you see from, there's so many topics. One of it that I really like to follow was there's a panel of doctors or high-level doctors who is talking about, let's say, what should I know first before getting a COVID-19 vaccine, right? And then they brainstorm about it and then they share their experience. Or business people, top business people around Malaysia talking about journey towards becoming CEO, managing upwards. What are the top management views in terms of that, right? So there's so many networking industry or mental health, safe space. So many of these kind of topics, and how people are leveraging on this is, let's say, example, you can't PM people, you can't run ads, you can do what we call omni-channel targeting, right? So, but there are also techniques that we found that is very useful. Let's say, example, if you host a topic and then there's new people coming in to join you and listen to you, you can just throw in a call to action and say, hey, visit my Instagram page, right? And then from there, we can also use ads to retarget and remarket to these people, right? Because they've shown interest to you. So there's many of these methods to leverage on the Clubhouse. And it's definitely a trend now. So I do encourage all of you to check it out. So in terms of the Ecosphere, it's still very complex, yes, but you need to have a definite goal. Today we are also continuously gonna support in terms of this worksheet. So later on, you will see there's a link there below where we will actually help you and advise you for free to see how can you actually leverage and can you plan your entire internet digital marketing journey out there. There's so many, right? So end of the day, the simplest way to describe is creating content and useful values to the market and attract people to visit your products and your service pages, and then later on, try to move them down the funnel. And we also see that from learning from the previous year, 2020, focusing on retention becomes a key as well. Instead of just keep on focusing on new customers, retaining your existing clients become very crucial for businesses. So for 2021, we recommend these are the best practice that we learned from 2020. Focusing on retention is one of them. Increase digital engagement so that you have more interaction with your existing clients, of course, and of course, potential clients. And internal digitization. Many brands or many companies that we work with, many SMEs, as a matter of fact, they do all this. They increase digital presence, but internally their team are not ready because they are not digitized enough, right? So that could be an issue as well. So also to look at internal digitization and omni-channel presence, commerce. So it means it is not just one or two channels that you focus on. Look at the consumer as a whole, whereby one person A, how are their buying journey in terms of multiple channels? Let's say I go to Facebook. After that, will I go to Lazada? Would I go to after that go and do a Google search on the person? Will I read blogs? Where do I go? Do I read the newspaper, online newspaper? Where do I go? understand the entire omni-channel present, the Ecosphere. Then you can plan out your digital marketing well. And of course, having a mobile friendly, because we also see that there's a high percentage of people tuning in online through their mobile as well. So having a mobile first type of strategy is also very important. And prioritizing website performance. Many of them are still using their old website, and it might not be optimum enough for the now and the kind of demand. And of course, producing user-generated content, which is encourage reviews, encourage engagement, encourage people. Better bad comment, good comment. You should have a strategy on how to leverage on that as well. And of course, end of the day, it's about the funnel. So last time we used to talk about focusing on awareness, then drive people down the funnel to consideration, then to purchase, to convert them, right? But now we do see that a lot of effort should be done also below, right? The second part, which is retaining clients, making them loyal customers, or what we call raving fans. And of course, after that, you can maintain and upsell new products or upsell more services to your existing loyal customers and their friends and their network. So that should be the way moving forward. So hope that my sharing is useful for all of you. If you have any questions for me or for our team, please put into the comment section. We will be very glad to answer any questions if we can. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Christopher Ng, for the insightful sharing.
No problem. I was trying to put in so much information this round because of, been quite some time since our last Survivor is Profit series, and there's so much of this request on so much information. Thankfully, I can try to put it within the time frame.
Yep. So our audience, if you have any questions, please submit them in the comment sections, and we'll get our speakers to answer them. For our audience who have just joined us, in case you miss it, just now we have learned about business overview in 2020 and some insight in 2021, not to forget about the Clubhouse trend. So now we want to look into business survival and growth in 2021. Over to you, Wan Fauzia.
Thank you. Thank you, Prudence. Chris, I thought that was an extremely good presentation. I also learned a lot. I am into pushing SMEs to go digital and to help them get access to the market that they need to today. And I think even as I am already on that platform, I think hearing you speak has also given me a lot of insights on what else is there and how can we make it better. So anyway, in my presentation today, I want to share with you what we have seen as a banker and a bank that is focused on SMEs. So what we have seen during the first MCO and now the second MCO, and like how Chris says, the RMCO, CMCO, the many MCOs in between. So these are some of the statistics that we have obtained. How SMEs business has dropped during the first MCO and now the second MCO. So I think you probably have heard on the radio as well, BFM, if you listen to Dato' Michael, the SME president talk, or if you listen to Dato' Maidin, the small SME vice president talk as well. I mean, there are a couple of things that they say. For instance, they say that SMEs have lost business about 70% during the first MCO. And then after the MCO, it picked up to about 50%. And now because of the second MCO and restrictions of movement, it has gone down again. So we see this trend and we see how people are concerned and SMEs are concerned about what's going to happen. But the thing that you should know also is there are good stories out of this. So I want to share with you some of the stories that we have seen, some of the people that we have helped, and some of the efforts put in by these SMEs themselves from various industries, not just one or two industries. So sorry, on my slides, I talk about what are the key challenges and how business owners are managing. I'm sure you know all this already, but I just feel it's important for me to just give you a view of what's happening in the market as well. Now, I specifically want to share with you about two of our customers. I'm sure you've heard about Las Vacas. It is a restaurant somewhere in KL in Srihatamas. Now, before the MCO, they had a proper restaurant in a shop lot, and it's prominent. It's there at a nice spot where a lot of people come in and go out of that restaurant. But along the way, when the pandemic started, it wasn't easy for them to sustain because they had to close the business. Rental there, by the way, is not cheap because it's at a hotspot, right? It's Srihatamas, so rental wasn't cheap. And in many cases, I know SMEs also face the problem where landlords are not reducing rental, especially in many cases where the landlords are not even local landlords. So it's really hard for these guys to move. They had a lot of issues. They had a lot of problems on retaining their staff, but they did not get rid of any of their staff. Right? What they did instead was to move the restaurant to another location, which they felt was much more affordable. So if you look at a Shell in Srihatamas, and you park your car and go to the Shell to take your petrol, just walk into the premises there, and you will see the restaurant within Shell itself. And it's amazing because you would never expect that. You never see a proper F&B restaurant within a station, a petrol station, right? But this one is there and it's really nice. And what they've done is they've pivoted the business. One is the movement of the business itself, right? Secondly, what they did was the menu was different. They tried to cater to the taste of the locals, and it's food that they feel that the locals would like and warm up to. So if you go in there, you'll see food like cheese and ham sandwich or spaghetti, and it's really good. And you still do see the Las Vacas food as well. So what they wanted to do was to create an environment of people feeling that they are eating home cooked food, which is the case. So how we help them is in many ways. One is people were not aware that they moved from one location to the other. So we started helping them by promoting their business on various channels, both the bank's channel as well as any other social media platform that we can help them with. That's one. Secondly, we also help them in terms of retaining their employees. I mean, they took payrolls with us, some of the benefits to the employees. The bank gave out some of these benefits, which helped Las Vacas retain their staff as well. So basically, what we want to say is the effort. What I want to share with you is the effort put in by the owners, to ensure that the business still sustains and retains. Now, second one is another example, Do Little. It's about a lady who her profession is research. She does a lot of science research. So she quit her job because she felt that she needed to stay at home and look after her child. And of course, staying at home wasn't easy during this pandemic. She had to also think about how is she going to get money, how is she going to finance her daily requirements. So she started this business at home itself. She did Play-Doh, Play-Doh, but and these are for small kids, and the Play-Doh is done. The Play-Doh is done in such a way where it's chemical free and it's very child friendly. So she did that Play-Doh and she thought she could sell it online. So she started off the business and she was selling it on the social media platform. She's going on Facebook, she's going on Instagram, and she was selling it. But you can imagine it wasn't easy. If you watch the video, she's not someone from the finance background. So it was so difficult for her to manage the financials, so difficult for her to look at the budget. And then for her to look at the stock, like how many people are ordering, when do you post, when do you get that out? That was not easy for her to manage. So it was a bit too much for her. So she came to us for some help, and we linked her up with a social media platform who could help her with inventory tracking. So with that, she could get things in order. She knows the number of orders comes in, what goes out, what comes in, what's the stock like, when does she need to order, and we also helped her boost her her product in the various social media platforms. So if you actually speak with her, you'll see that she has seen a lot of improvement in the way business is done today. And my point is, she wanted it done. She wanted to make it easier for her. And she went out to look for a solution to make it easier for her. Now, there are many other examples. Maybe quickly, I can just share with you another one as well, where there's this lady who does makeup products, facial products, and during the MCO, it also wasn't easy for her because she had to close her retail outlets, and she was just starting to get into the online platform. So we helped her out in terms of social media awareness. We also got her to partner with one of our partners within our platform itself, and that's Firefly. So she gave out samples of her product to the passengers of Firefly. Of course, this was at a time when we can still fly. Between the MCO and the CMCO, we could still fly. So she gave out samples of her product then, and just within a week and 2 weeks, she's got a lot of calls, orders, or people checking her sites. So what I'm trying to say is, if you know where the issues are, the problem lies within your business, because each of us have got different problem and different areas of business. So these are the things that you want to address quickly. So I've gone through this one. I just thought if you had the time, you could check out the video, and you could also check out the how we managed to help these guys via the portal, which is called BizSmart Solution. The link is here, but essentially this is how we the bank helped them out. Not just on getting them access to the right partners, they also had the discounts and offers which made it more easier for them to go on this platform. So I think Chris did cover this extensively already. We hear a lot of SMEs coming to us and saying things like, I really don't know how to go digital because there's so much to do. One. Secondly, they come to us and say, I don't have money. There's no way I can spend on going digital. But I think you miss the point. The point is there are many different aspects of digitalization. You need to pick the area where you feel affects you the most. If, like what I give the example about Dolittle, the problem that she has was inventory. The problem that she has was ensuring that she knows how many people order and what the orders goes out and how much stock does she have. So that's something that she needs to address immediately. So that's what that was done for her. Now, of course, after addressing that, and it was easier for her, then she went onto the social media platform a little bit more. So what you need to do is just look at the areas that affects you most, the areas that's going to help you the most to get your customer base. Now, these are the areas that you should look at to digitalize. And it's not expensive. It's something that you can work out if you look at what it's going to bring, what the benefits that it would bring up to you. The other option which we have helped quite a few of our customers also is to expand their market base. I mean, this specifically goes out to the F&Bs. If you have a product which is already halal, but you just do not have the stamp of halal, we want you to know that it makes a lot of difference when you have this stamp. When you have the stamp, it gives you an opportunity to access a wider market base. Now, there are population within Malaysia who would not buy a product if the stamp is not there. Additionally, what we have put together here also gives you the ability to promote your product abroad, not just in Malaysia, but to place your product in other countries abroad. So there are a lot of channels in Malaysia itself which helps you move this product abroad. So maybe this is something that can help you see a wider audience or wider customer base for you as well. Some of our partners within the BizSmart solution who have actually gone into the BizSmart solution, checked it out, and are offering their products and services to the SMEs, they themselves have also benefited by being in the community. Now, the concept of this BizSmart solution is a community concept. I'm sure you've heard of the hashtag Kita Jaga Kita. That's the intention. So the idea is the partners help the other SMEs by giving discounts and to make process easier for the SMEs, and vice versa between each other. These are some of the partners in the platform itself. I'm sure if you check it out, you can see some of the partners which may be of use to you, which may bring some benefit to you, which may give you access to their customer base. Last but not least, I know this is a very important point for a lot of the SMEs. Now, if I were you, the TRRF, the Targeted Relief and Recovery Facility fund is out. Please do grab it. There's only limited funds. So if there is a need, please do apply for these funds. Now, you can apply for, I think there are some restrictions on the fund application, but I think essentially it covers all service sectors. So if you fall in that category, please do come and apply for these funds. You can go to any bank as well to apply for the fund. So some of the terms and criteria are listed here. In addition to the TRRF, there are also other available financing and grant packages available. So please do come and see what you need and what's applicable for you. Additionally, if you look at the box at the bottom right here, it talks about financial health check. Now, if you have the time, go into this side. They'll ask you a couple of questions about yourself and your business, and then you get a feel of where you are on your financial health check. Actually, the end result is they'll tell you whether you need working capital, whether you need a loan. So at least it gives you a view of, if you don't know, if you don't know yet where you stand. Do you need money for working capital? Do you need money to expand? So this will give you an end result so that you have a view where you are. A good offer for you out here today. Register with the BizSmart solution, and we're going to offer you some digital marketing freebies as well as promote your business to the customer base. So I think, like what I advised earlier, don't give up. I think there's many ways for you to move forward. Of course, digital is something that's really out there for you to grab. So please do take this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Puan Fauzia, for the sharing. All right, and that's the end of our speakers' sharings. We see there are quite a number of questions in the comment section, but before we move into the Q&A, Mr. Christopher mentioned about the worksheet. So let me inform our audience that you will be able to find a worksheet link in the comment section. And by filling this up, you will get a free SME pack from Trinity 42 and Alliance Bank BizSmart. From Trinity 42, you will receive a digital audit and a sheeter of special insight for those who already have a Google campaign. For those who never had yet, there will be a sheeter kit guide in the sheeter for you. While from Alliance Bank BizSmart, you will receive BizSmart Solution Digital Marketing Offer.
Definitely a great sharing, Puan Fauzia, especially the 2 case studies that you have. Well, I didn't know that, sometimes it's really encouraging to see business owners, no matter what situation, they have the grit to continue the journey and find and pivot. I think it's very encouraging to all of us, and I hope the crowd here, the SMEs here as well, can dig deep inside to find the kind of courage, right?
Yes, it's not easy, but it can happen, right?
Yes. That's why we are here to support all of you here. Yeah, with this collaboration with Alliance Bank BizSmart and Trinity 42, we are constantly trying to help the SMEs. Hope that you can just fill in the worksheet and we'll be there trying to figure this out with you together if you need any help. Right. And I do see a lot of questions waiting for us. I think we need to jump straight into it. Yeah.
All right, so let's start the Q&A session, and let me pull out the first questions. A lot of our audience are asking about this. Okay. What are some digital marketing campaigns that I can implement during an MCO extension?
Well, I think I can take this, right? So I think basically what we want to be able to focus on is whether it is an extension or not, most important is you need to know what's the situation, right? People who are in this MCO extension might have some trauma, because everybody will have some sort of trauma, because it's a huge change of lifestyle, right? And people are stuck at home, or social distance. Like this Chinese New Year, right? It's so different. I used to see all the relatives and friends, and now you're just with your direct family, right? So it's a big difference, you see. And one of it, to have good digital marketing campaign, is to stay true and to provide value, right? Knowing your audience, knowing who are your customers, or focusing on, like what I said earlier on in my presentation, focus on retention. Focus on the clients that you already have first, right? Taking care of them, really understanding them, and trying to provide some sort of solution or support in that kind of time. I think it will really help a lot, and getting that kind of engagement. And out there, when the prospects see, or potential customers see how are you treating your existing clients, it will be very big impact. To me, marketing is just emphasizing what you're doing, right? And if you're doing great, and of course, you can amplify even further. So I hope I answer your question, Miss Sok Ching, Wong Sok Ching.
All right, let's move to the second questions. Can a company keep its financial spending checked during an MCO extension? I think this is for Puan Fozia.
So, sorry, I take this one, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, so essentially, so Nube Kumo, right? Essentially, I read this as how do you manage your financials, right, during MCO? I'm assuming that's what the question means, and it's absolutely right. It's a right question, and it's an issue which everyone faces today. I think the advice given by us simply is, first, relook at your business. Look at the areas which are going to give you the uplift and the product, and ensure that your productivity is better. So in many instances, we say look at the areas which are more important and address that first. And if that area takes you a long time to do, maybe there are ways for you to shorten and expedite the way you do your business, which is where digital comes in as well, which is where enhancement of your operations comes in as well. Now, this is going to help you expedite and get things out faster. So do not stinge on areas where it would help you grow your business. For instance, going on social media platform. If you have to spend a little bit on promoting your products, if you have to spend a little bit on getting your inventory tracking, do that, because that's important. Now, areas which are not important, I shared the example of how the person saved costs when moving from a restaurant to a smaller premises. Now, these are areas which you think you can do. Now, additionally, loan comes into the picture as well, right? I mean, you've gone through the phase where you have got loan extensions and whatnot in MCO 1. Now, come back to the bank go back to the bank that you bank with and say you need another extension, or ask for these additional loans which are available today. Now, that's going to help you ensure that your cash flow is there, and your cash flow for working capital is important. So there are a lot of other series as well, if you check out websites and webinars, right, on managing cash flow. I think Chris said it one as well, cash is king, right? So that's how you survive. So this is something that you need to keep track of.
All right, thank you, Puan Fozia. Okay, we have next questions. Xiao Xuan is asking, how you see Clubhouse leverage into digital marketing? It is like a broadcast channel.
Yeah, definitely it's more of a broadcast channel now, but it's a trend at the moment, right? And we do not know how long this trend will last in the first place. But I do find it very interesting now why people are jumping on this bandwagon. I feel it's number one, there's a lot of big names there, and now you can be directly connected to people like Elon Musk or Tony Fernandez in Malaysia, right? He just recently hosted a sharing session in a room, and there was like millions of people, Malaysians tuning in and learning from him. He said, when can
I was
you
one of
listen?
them.
You were one of them? Yeah. It was very interesting sharing, right? It's very true, you see, and sometimes we get to understand the person that we never knew that we could have a one-to-one session in the room with them, right? But how can we leverage on this whole digital marketing? So we were like looking at it for quite some time, and hey, we found that actually it's just a part of the ecosphere, right? It's also a part of a channel that you connect and engage with people. And the difference is maybe there's no ads or there's no call to action, but you can create that. Let's say you create a room, you ask a question, and then or you offer something. Let's say you offer to have a free consultation, example, and then you say refer to my Instagram page or your Facebook page or your website, right? Maybe people go there, maybe people don't, but people who are, let's say, engaged with you and like to know about you and to know who you are, they probably go and check out your Instagram page, right? And there's like tools or remarketing tools like we can use like ads, like for the past recently, how many people have actually searched for you in Instagram, landed on your page, right, but didn't PM you, right? Then we can do a retargeting and put some ads, and because it shows that somehow people are interested in you. So brands are going there inside as well, not just individuals now, right? So you can see like brands going in as a brand, as a company, and we do find that it's a part of the entire ecosystem and ecosphere of digital. So definitely something that worth exploration, right? And but the crowd is a little bit different at the moment. Now I do see there's a lot of variety of people compared to a few weeks ago. Used to be like a lot of startups going in, a lot of young entrepreneurs tuning in those broadcast channels. But I do see there's now more and more variety, different sort of people are going in as well. Yeah, hopefully, yeah. If you want to learn more, complete the worksheet. Ask that question. Our consultants can help you together with the Alliance Band team as well.
It's good.
All right, let's move on to the next questions. Hi, may I know how can I get more info about Go Halal? My product is halal. I wish to have a way.
Yes, I'll take this one.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry,
Yep.
Prudence. Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially, if you say that your product is already halal, the question is, does it have a halal stamp on it? Because a halal stamp put up by a recognized body, not just you saying it's halal, right? It has to be stamped. Now, if it's not stamped, come to us. We can take you through the process of getting it stamped. What happens is you will go through a process where they will check your product, they'll look at the contents and approve it, give you the stamp. Now, once the stamping is done, we will also take you through the process of branding your product and getting it out in the market, whether it's a local market or the market abroad. So get in touch with us. I've left the details there. You can email or call us.
Okay, so our audience, if you have any questions, always refer to our comment sections. We have our consultants ready to help you. Next, we will have these questions. Moving to online business as a first-timer, what are the mistakes that I should avoid?
Maybe I take it. One pause, yeah? Okay. Peekaboo, nice name. So as a first timer, I think having a proper plan is important. Many people now just jump on the bandwagon, just creating a website. We call the execution phase. You build a website, build your business page or your fan page or whatever, right? Your business presence, and you don't have a proper plan, like a year plan at least, or 3-year plan, right? And looking at the entire internet as a whole, rather than as a channel, like just look at Facebook, right? You have to look at it as a whole, and you need to sort out like who are your target audience, right? And what are the value proposition they are seeking? How do you engage them? With what channels? And how do you talk to them? And after you talk to them, how do you encourage them to do business with you, right? So I think you need to have at least a structure of a plan, then decide on what kind of content and what kind of values that you want to put out into the market through digital to engage your prospects or your clients, right? So the mistake is just creating a site and then later on, pivot and change. So that might be a bad branding already. You see, when you go into it and then you cannot fulfill your promises, and that could be also something that you want to avoid as well, right?
Right. We have one question here pointed to Mr. Christopher. How would you suggest to convert a person from offline to online in terms of doing advertising?
Vinny, okay, so your question is to convert a person from offline to online. So means they are not connected online. Okay, I assume that is the question. So a person that is not online, how do you encourage them to go online? Well, okay, recently there's this project that we are doing with a company, and one of their pain point was this as well. Many of these traditional businesses, they have been doing business offline, right? And when the lockdown came into play, so they panicked because there's no digital presence at all. I think number one is, just now I shared the hourglass funnel, is to look at your customer base first, right? I think understanding your existing customer base, and then you create the kind of portfolios and demographics that you want to target, and from there, when you have your already existing customers, move them into a communication method that is online. So it could be just moving your clients to a Facebook page, right? And then say, I want to communicate with you there, right? And from there, you learn how to do this, right? There's also some businesses who are very stern in terms of that. So they cut like communication from, let's say, a cosmetic company, a client of ours. They are forced to close down so many of their retail outlets, right? Why? Because they say it's fine. Move all the salespeople to be online influencers, okay? And then just do business through WhatsApp, okay, or Facebook messaging, or Instagram messaging, or LinkedIn, right? So, and if your brand is okay, you have already a customer base, then you can actually move those people from offline to online. I hope that is what you're asking, because I'm not 100% clear with your question, but if that is the case, then yeah, that will be my answer. I hope, Winnie, I help you in some ways. If not, I'm willing to, we're definitely willing to clarify and go deeper in this, your question, of course. Just PM us, our consultant will support you all. I personally also can go through with you, whatever your query is.
All right, I'm going to have one last question, then we're close. And for this question, I would like to hear from both of our speakers. Do you think retrenching staff could be a way to save a business from drowning?
Okay, it's a big question. I think I'll let Puan share first.
Okay. I don't mind taking this question actually, because my views are, you see, your business still has to carry on. You're not going to stop your business, right? So you will always need your staff. Now, the idea that we would promote is actually reskill your staff. Instead of having 10 people in the back room, have only 1 in the back room and 9 on the front line. Now, the 9 can actually help you enhance your social media platform, can help you, come up with EDMs and put it out there so that people know who you are, can help you co-brand your products with another partner. The 9 can do so many things. So the idea is not retrenching. That should not be the first in your mind, unless you are saying that your staff cost is the bulk of the cost of your business. It generally is not, because there are many other costs that you've got: your rental, you've got your operational costs. So I'm not saying don't retrench, but I'm telling you, think about it. you will need these guys. You will need these guys. If I were you, take opportunity of all the free courses online, on reskilling, how to go digital, how to learn to do social media marketing, how to take advantage of all that and send them for all these courses.
Yeah, I do agree with Puan 100%. I think in business, right, we have several several type of people that we need to take care of, right? Of course, clients are, the one that gives you the income and revenue so that your business can sustain. Then our staffs, right, and the stakeholders, or investors or shareholders, right? So definitely, if there's there's some ways to try to optimize the productivity of your team, go for it, right? And because you might not know, because you've never done it before, you see, and like what Puan said is very correct. There's so many online courses free, and there's so many places, there's so many organizations are really giving support, right? Alliance Bank, Bismart is one of them, right? Right, and reach out to Bismart and go into it and try to find and see how can I leverage into this community of Bismart providers or Bismart community, and like Alliance Bank as well. Why we work with them so closely is because we share the same vision, is to really try to support the SMEs. And there's, if you having struggles in terms of cash, find out about the loans, right? It's like so many of these facilities are there, and you might be surprised, right? Personally, also we have converted some employees, some staffs, to do different things that we never thought they will, and they're performing now. Yeah, so explore that, right? Explore and yeah, try it out. And if the sky is the limit for you, then the limit is the sky. Right, so don't have that limit. Try it out first, right? But if let's say there's a attitude issues and all, then okay lah, that one different.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, I hope we answer your question, Edith. Yeah.
Alright, thank you, Puan Fajar and Mr. Christopher. Sorry for 4:00, and thank you for all the questions. In case we have missed out any questions, because I've seen audience asking what is financial solution work for SMEs, I'm sure our audience is referring to Bismart Solutions. Don't worry, our consultants will get back to you, or you also can reach out to us personally. And to remind our audience to fill up the worksheet link, and you'll receive free SME pack from us. For our speakers, do you have any final thoughts before we close?
I just want to say sorry that there's a lot of opportunities for SMEs out there today. A lot of people are helping SMEs in many different aspects. So I think it's just for you to ensure that you know that it's out there and take advantage of it. And if you don't, sign up for webinars like this and you will have all the information. And also, I think, Christopher, I think what Pages Trinity has done and is doing today to help the SMEs is tremendous. I think you have started digital much earlier than any of us. So we are all looking at you to see how to move the rest of us up to the same level or at par. And thank you for inviting me for this talk. Thank you, Prudence, as well.
Thank you, Puan. Really encouraging for you, for all of us to know that Alliance Bank and Bismart Solution is continuously supporting the SME market. And you're right, I 100% agree with you. There's a lot of resources out there that is untapped by the SMEs. I would say that the only thing that you might cause you to fail, whatever pandemic, whatever situation, is you stop trying, right? And there's so many resources out there to tap into. Do try and have a look out and a shout out. There's so many others that is also in the market supporting each other. And in terms of digital, well, we were the yellow pages back then, right? So and we understand marketing, and communication methods can change, but the rules and the methodology always stays the same. It's still about you engaging and having quality engagement with your potential clients or your existing clients. It's as simple as that. You can come in Clubhouse, what house later on, doesn't matter, right? Because those are just tools and channels. Most important is you stay true to your cause. If you have a great service or product, continue to hustle it. Having the grit to continue, I think is very important. There's so many. Reach out and be resourceful rather than you might not have the resources, but be resourceful. Right? I think that will be my advice to all of you. And fill in the worksheet. We hope that we can help you in any way that we can. Right? Might not do business with us, it's fine. At least we can help, right? And in any way that we can. Right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, thank you, Alliance Bank and Be Smart Solutions. And thanks,
Thanks,
Prudence, for emceeing.
Yep. So our audience, to look forward to our next sessions of Survivor is Profit. Make sure to follow our social media for the latest update. Type 3D42 on Facebook and 3D42 Digital on Instagram. And last word, our worksheet link is available right here in the comment sections. Remember to fill up. And once again, thank you all for tuning in. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
You.